Let's get it how we love. So hey now, the children are awake now. Pipe down. There's more than they can say or take down. If they don't get you.
How are you experiencing the connection to me?
Well, I was wanting to come around to that. Giving them sort of a glimpse of what everything we're going through, and then telling them how, then letting you guys know how we're staying connected during all of this surrounding us. And it's so much. And there's and it's not just sickness, because I can be well. I can be well today. I might not be as well tomorrow or the next day, but I'll be well again, for another day. Look, I have a choice here. I can lay down and not get up. I can lay on the couch. It would feel good. I could lay on the bed until this got fixed. I could, and it would feel good. I could put a hospital bed in my house and look sick, because I am sick. But I don't want that. I want to maintain the quality of life that I have while I have it, and that doesn't feel wrong to me. And the fact that it feels wrong to other people, I can no longer carry.
No. And you shouldn't.
I'm not. And if I feel like getting up and combing my hair, isn't that what you're supposed to do? If I feel like getting up and throwing some eyeliner on or some makeup, isn't that what I would normally do? I don't understand why it's so wrong now. And it shouldn't be. And it's not. And I'm not going to let it be any longer. There's a lot. I can no longer work. I'm struggling. We are not sure what's going on with our home. We're not sure if we're wanting to. There's a lot going on. There are people calling and harassing us. My husband is literally sitting in the office from morning till night, working, helping others, literally saving people's lives every day. It's what he does. And he's come to me, and he feels like it's for nothing at times. That breaks my heart, and it rips my soul out of my chest, because I know this man saves lives. I know he does.
I can't save yours.
But you already are.
I feel like if I can heal 1,000 people, I could save you. But they're not coming.
We keep doing the mantras and the meditations.
It's painful.
And we keep accepting the healing. And we keep putting all of our belief, all of our souls into what we believe in, to the universe. And trust the signs. And I'm still seeing them, but I'm losing trust in them. I'm losing my faith.
Your faith's right here, babe.
It doesn't feel like anybody's coming.
I know.
And that's in every way. And that's in every sense. In every sense. Financial, health wise.
It's interesting because, I think that really hit you when they said we need a needle in the haystack. Because ultimately, livers come in all shapes and sizes. And you need 75% to sustain your life. It's not to continue, it's to sustain what you would have had you had your liver. And
My liver, by the way, and I get a lot of inquiries, and we're going to touch on that a little bit, but cannot any longer rejuvenate itself. I just want to put that out there. My liver can no longer do that.
we get a lot of messages on, you need to go see this person, that. There's a point where you're past that point, and we get it, and we've looked in just about anything and everything you could look into, and we know that you're coming from a place of wanting the healing for her as much as we want it.
Yeah, for sure.
But we've got probably 4 or 5 weeks left on the living donor list before they took her off, and then we have to really find a really really thinner needle. But we don't know that. It's just, you just don't know, and the waiting game and not hearing and not knowing and watching what she's going through, then looking to see who's going to show up. We've had things that we've had from one home care system to the next home care system, then that home care system drops a home care. It's like there's so many things that just fall out from underneath you. And the only thing we can do is stay.
Being overlooked. Did you call this doctor? Did you call that doctor? Did you call this doctor? Did you call that doctor?
One doctor puts you on the medication, you call that doctor, and then they tell you to call your primary care doctor. It's like nobody's talking to anybody, and you're sitting there wondering. I think that's where we get caught up in time. And that's like the worst disconnect in the world to get caught up in.
It's the most amazing thing, isn't it? That you and I have talked nothing for years but letting time go. Right?
Time and connection don't mix.
Right. And what we need right now the most is time. Financial time. Health time. Compassion time. Family time. Time with nature. Time to rest.
That's why I took you to Fort Ancient. Because we needed a break from time.
Oh boy, did we.
And we went there and we just grounded ourselves in the mounds.
Earthworks in the Indians.
The earthworks. If you've never looked up Fort Ancient, Ohio.
Fort Ancient, Morrow, Ohio.
It's a state park, I believe.
Yeah.
A state park, but
we live 15 minutes away.
Yeah, it's like we're surrounded by this ancient, I guess the best word to really say it is, it's like we're being grounded in what connection really is. And I'm sure even then they were looking for healing, but the thing about their healing, the way that they did healing back then, was they connected to each other. They connected to each other. And, kind of like what we experienced that morning before we went to Fort Ancient. We sat with 21 healers.
Oh, it was amazing, guys.
And
thank you if you were there.
Kay Moon, astrologer here, she got together 21 people that showed up, and we sat through that healing. And it was interesting because our connection is a very open, healing connection with one another. And it's interesting because if you have certain wounds, parts of your connection will come through to the healing. But if those wounds aren't cleared, they won't come through necessarily as clean because we stay very vulnerable. And if you find that there was some resistance that you thought was coming through, it was really interesting because I listened to that and I went, if you felt any resistance, it was because the vulnerability that you experience in the masculine or maybe in the feminine could have some form of wounds that won't let the healing come all the way through. That's our purpose. That is why we started Relationship Reinvented. That's why we got Connect Me to Me. That's why we have Can of Grannies. That's why we have, you name it, everything has come from that.
Our connection.
Our mission.
Yeah.
And it's not even, I don't even think we can call it mission. Our connection. And connection speaks through us in lots of ways. So if you're feeling anything we're saying, you found a healing ground. Here on this channel, you found a healing ground in us.
So many of you have, and it, man, sending the messages, and we've had
Gifts.
Yeah. Some of them, unbelievable, and
some of you donated and helped us out to get through certain things.
Areas of time we've really struggled with.
We've really struggled with receiving. I'll tell you, me personally, I want to work for it. I don't want. If you want to help Lee and Sherry heal, I'll heal you.
Heal you. You can't.
I can.
I know what you mean.
Let me say it
they
different.
do too.
I don't want to help you heal. I want to heal you heal.
Heal you heal.
So because
that's it.
Yeah, because
That's
you
it.
can't help copes. Help is a
Right.
coping mechanism. Healing isn't. And we are the key. I know we are, and I know that this world can have it.
I remember what you said to me yesterday, or it was either yesterday or the day before. Hey, you're lucky you're getting any memory at all.
That's a good point.
When there it went.
What I said to you the other day.
Yeah, in the living room. What were you just talking about? Should never got us off
Healing to heal and not helping to heal, because help is something I don't think connects us.
track. Yeah.
It's like help will make you think about things, but healing will help you feel things. It's like we're so backwards.
What was it you said? Just slipped my mind now. I'm hungry.
People say I say a lot of things.
Oh.
I
Figured it out.
oh.
When you said, I watch, you were so intense. You said, Sherry, I watch these people talk. And I said, who? And you just said, other people, just people. And you said, and I got it. It's like a key, and I want to burst out, and I know what to say. I got it. Like, I can help. And there was something in me that knew that. You know what I mean? I knew that. I'm like, man, he's right. He's right.
I told you, because she's like, you work all the time. And I said, it's not working for me. Healing isn't work. It's an exchange, an energy exchange, but at the same time, it's not healing. It's not, healing to me isn't work. Healing to me is a choice. And sometimes the key to someone's healing isn't necessarily what you can say to them or what you can ask them. Seems to be the key. Because they have the answers to their healing.
Yeah.
You can't heal without letting yourself feel, and they're afraid to let themselves feel so they can heal. Because they just don't know who they would be.
So, circling
We
back.
didn't know who we were if we
Yeah.
would heal. And here we are going, we still don't know who we are.
Right.
It's crazy.
And that circles us back around to how in the hell have we stayed connected? Have we stayed connected through all of this weight, human weight that we have carried physically? You guys have seen the pictures. There were some pretty robust pictures of us both. I saw some pictures.
Just kidding. Yeah, no, it's true. But see, the thing is,
We were so unhealthy. We were physically unhealthy. And then I got to the point where my body was just full of disease now. You know what I mean? And
we were warned. Diabetes.
we
warned
were
us.
warned and we didn't listen. And here we are. But
We learned a valuable lesson.
we've learned a few valuable lessons. How, when you're connected to somebody, do you stay connected when there are tornadoes ripping lives apart around you? When there is, when we started this couple video series, we started with some sick people in the house, and I went into freak out mode. Like I'm not well.
Right. And you have no immune system. Right?
And we got to keep these people together. To starting there, to even before then, when, look, we're coaches. This is what we do. We're not luxury coaches. We do not live a lavish lifestyle. We do not drive Ferraris. We are coaches. This is what we do for a living. This is what we've done for a living for the past years.
I think it's mind-blowing because I look at it, I'm like,
Years.
our vehicles are 13 years old.
13 years old. So
We
right.
finally own them.
So, yeah.
And then we sit around, but we're like, we need a place where we can sit and we can create that healing. I think we look at what we wanted to do, and it's interesting because remember we were talking to Nicole and she was talking about how they were going to do this thing where they built this place where people could come and they could heal. And here we are in it and losing it at the same time. So it's almost like the earth or the universe, and this is my rant, doesn't want it.
I don't know
Because I can't why take us all this way and go, it's just kidding. It's like psych.
Well,
I'm pissed.
And they're decisions, do we lose or do we there's so many decisions on
I know.
but
You're not happy with any of the decisions I would make if something happens. You're not.
which is another thing that we've had to deal with, on dealing with all the sickness and all the financial difficulties and all of the things going on is, also having to deal with my end of life wishes and having to figure out what to do with what to go where, and and what happens when and if it does happen, and what gets paid off and what doesn't, you know what I mean? And what works, and I'm not even going to sit here and lie and tell you that many times I haven't thought, wait a minute, it would really lift a burden. It would really lift a burden off of him. And a whole lot of other people and things, you know what I mean? If that would just happen already, and should I make it happen? And we went through this recently. And it was a struggle, man. It was a struggle. It just felt easier for me to lift that burden from him because he's caring for me and caring for him and caring for so many others and getting me to my doctor's appointment and dealing with nurses, all the while having to be in session from 9 a.m. till sometimes 11 p.m. at night. Because he's so worried when he has to reschedule that he's going to miss it or that he's going to let somebody fall through the cracks accidentally. And it keeps him up and it stresses him out.
I wouldn't say stress.
It does.
No.
It's just
I'll
because you care about people. You don't want them. You don't want anybody hurting.
The connection goes through me, Sherry. When I'm sitting there and I'm listening to somebody and I'm paying attention, I can feel you and what you would say, and I say it, and they go. It's not like You're there. You're there. There's a part of me that has picked up strength through my vulnerability to allow you to be there to help me heal them. Now, something happens to you, it happens to me. And I don't know how to explain that to you. But I know you feel it. I know you feel what I'm saying. In a way that is not popular. Because, you look at what we came here to do. It's an us thing. It's not a me thing. And even as I'm doing it now, I'm doing it with us.
It's just we're just wanting to let you guys in on what we've been going through and talking about. And when the camera's off, what the discussions are like and what's happening.
I think it's beautiful that you wanted to do this. I feel that you guys feel that like this video
so
if you really feel that this was important, because ultimately this is still us doing what we were meant to do.
For sure. And we're going to start start part 3.
Part 3.
Hey now, the children are awake now. Pipe down. There's more than they can say or take down. If they don't catch a break, they'll break down. All I hear is hey now, hey now. The children are awake now. Pipe down. It's more than they can say or take down. If they don't